On this edition of Broncos Legends, we are catching up with former All-Pro linebacker John Mobley. John, thank you so much for taking some time to chat here. We like to start these all out by simply asking, what have you been up to lately?
Oh man, I'm just enjoying this Florida sun, man. Out here coaching high school football, and anytime I'm not doing that, you can find me on the golf course trying to fix my golf swing.
I could tell you got the sun hat on. You're ready. You're like a Floridian, huh?
Yeah, I'm getting ready to hit the field with the youngsters in a minute, so
Got it.
gotta get my sunshade on.
What do you enjoy about coaching? How long have you been doing that?
I've been doing it for about 10 years. I just everything about the giving back aspect of it, trying to impart my knowledge onto these young kids. I think it's invaluable for them, and to see them kind of grow and progress and learn the things that you know and see it all come together. And in the end, I think that's the biggest gift for me.
Did you think you would get into coaching when you were done playing?
Never. That's the last thing I ever thought I'd be doing. But
Really?
once my son started playing, I just realized that there's not a lot of good coaches at that level. So it got me out of the bleachers and down on the field. And they said, if you want to make a solution, you be the solution. So that's what I started doing. I started coaching and fell in love with
Is it fun to still be connected to the game too?
it. It is. It is. I can't play it anymore. So this is kind of my therapy as far as being competitive. This in golf, I think this kind of takes that competitive edge away from it. I don't feel I need to go out and hit stuff.
Speaking of hitting stuff, when you look back at your playing career, how would you describe the type of player you were?
I think I was more of an agile playing in space linebacker. I loved just using my speed and getting to the ball as fast as I could. Use my speed and athleticism.
Coming out of Kutztown, you started all 16 games as a rookie. How are you so ready for the NFL game?
I don't think I was.
Really?
I really don't think I was. I think I think it was just a combination of having great guys around me, older guys, veterans, that kind of gave me what I needed to get through and kind of taught me the ins and outs of the game early on. And I think that is what carried me through. The Romanowskis, the Atwaters, guys like that, and even guys on the offensive side of the ball. Elway, seeing their practice habits and seeing those guys on a day-to-day basis and how they work and how much the game meant to them. I think that brought me along a lot quicker than anticipated.
Were you a little starstruck when you got to Denver? I mean, seeing all those guys?
Absolutely, man. Coming from a Division II program, we got a whole bunch of undersized guys playing positions they don't got no business playing. And coming to the NFL, I mean, the first time I walked into the weight room, first two guys I saw was Harold Hasselback and Steve Atwater. And I saw Atwater on TV a lot, and I knew he was a safety, but after seeing him in person, I mean, this guy's 2 inches bigger than me and about 15 about 15 pounds heavy. I'm like, man, what am I supposed to do? But yeah, that was a rude awakening. But I figured out, once I got out there on the field that football is football, and you just got to use your assets and use your mind out there and kind of figure out how to play the game a different way when you're not as big as those guys.
Picked off John Mobley. What a big one for the Broncos.
I always had confidence. I never lacked that. The first time out on the field, you always got, you're going to have a bit of nerve, especially coming in from a Division II program where, you haven't been taught a lot. And, the first meeting, they're talking about defensive coverages and, pass drops. And I'm like, man, this is like a foreign language to me. I've never been taught all this stuff. They just told me to go get the ball. So, the little things like that kind of shell shocked me initially, but after a while, like I said, I had great teammates. I had good coaches that kind of were patient with me and throughout the process, and realized that is exactly what I was, a work in progress.
Coming from a Division II school, you were still a first-round pick. How big was the Senior Bowl invite for you?
That was huge. That was huge. I mean, I would watch these games on Saturday nights, and see all these Power 5 teams and these big time programs, and I'd watch my position And I really truly believed in my heart, like I could go out there and do what these guys were doing. And that game really gave me that stage and that opportunity to go and prove that. And I think that's kind of all I needed. And once I got there and got on the field with the rest of these guys, I'm like, you know, I'm just as good, if not better, than a whole bunch of these guys. So there's no reason for me not to go out there and do the job.
I was reading a little bit about your childhood and how you grew up and everything. Do you ever think back to that time and when you made it to the NFL and said, man, I made it here? How do you think you did that?
You know, by the grace of God, you know, I'm not even going to lie. I know it wasn't me, but, you know, that was my childhood dream. It's always been my childhood dream was to make it to the NFL. I promised my dad at 7 years old that I was going to make it to the NFL, and he never stopped believing in me. And he was always there at every practice, every camp, every tryout. He was always there encouraging me. And, you know, I felt like I kind of owed it to him. So I had to make this promise come to fruition.
One play to the championship. 4th and 6 for the 31. Blitz is on. Favre hit as he throws. Pass is going to be incomplete. Denver Hall.
Now, when everybody thinks about your career, the moment that sticks out is the deflection of Brett Favre's pass to win the first Super Bowl in franchise history. What was it like playing in that game so early in your career?
You know, I think that game ruined me. I think that whole season ruined me. It spoiled me for sure. But, I mean, it was nothing like it. I mean, having that experience as a rookie and being on that stage, you know, I don't think there's anything bigger, especially when it comes to the game of football. I mean, that's the culmination of everything. And to have that happen, you know, in your second year, I think that's huge. And actually to be involved in the play that sealed the game, you know, is even more. So that's still one of my most cherished memories of my career, and probably will be up there in the top 5 in my whole life as to, you know, career achievements.
Do you remember the vibe or the talk, like the thought process going out onto the field for that final drive?
Yeah, it was intense. It was intense. I don't know if you watched the game, but the drive prior to that, we had a couple guys get knocked out, a couple key guys on defense. And, you know, it was kind of a makeshift defense that we had to put on the field. So it was kind of you know, everybody's got to step their game up, knowing that we got our key guys down, and somebody just got to make a play. That's all I remember everybody saying. Somebody's got to make a play.
The throw. John Mobley broke it up.
And when you got your hand on that ball, did you know, okay, it's done, we're champs?
I knew it. But we had repped that play so many times in practice that week, and we knew this was their go-to play when it was 3rd and short or 4th and short. We knew that Jamore and Brett Favre were going to try to hook up, and it was just a simple option route. He's either going to break out or in based on the linebacker's leverage. So I kind of jumped outside early, anticipating him breaking inside. And as soon as I saw him break inside, I said, oh, yeah, I got him.
Awesome. But you thought maybe you were spoiled then, huh, to start your career that way?
I definitely got spoiled. Two Super Bowls in a row. You think it's just going to keep coming like that. And, you know, it was very, it brings you back down to earth when it doesn't.
Do you keep in touch with those guys? I know that there was a reunion a couple of years ago. Do you stay in touch? I mean, I feel like sometimes when a team wins a Super Bowl, they kind of build a bond that can't be broken.
Oh, yeah, it is. It is just that. I mean, we got a text chain with all the guys on it, and we probably talk to each other once a week. But there's a group of guys that I get together with probably about 3 or 4 times a year, and we golf at various locations, mostly here in Orlando. And I just enjoy their company, enjoy beating them down, especially Alfred. You know, Alfred, TD, you know, George Coghill, you know, those are all guys that we get together and we golf all the time. So it's a lot of fun.
You got the advantage though. You're playing golf all year round.
Yeah, well, they have the option. I always invite them down. I say, you can come on down anytime you want.
Well, John, I really appreciate your time. I'll let you get back to coaching out there, but it was great catching up with you.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. Best of luck to you in the Broncos.